Hare Pranamami Sati Sutta Gauravaram Pranamami Sati Sutta Gauravaram Pranamami Sati Sutta Gauravaram Pranamami Sati Sutta Gauravaram Navapushpasaram Navapadaram Navalasyaparam कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्गये नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरद्विषे नमः। नमो ब्राह्मण्याय देवाय गोब्राह्मणाय च जगद्हिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशकारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हुकुम करोति वाचालं पल्लवं गायते कृपातमहं वन्दे श्री गुरुदिनकारणं श्री परमानंद माधवं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वर। ओम अपवित्रो पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थं गतोऽपि वा यत् स्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्ष अभ्याभ्यांतरं श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु। Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I don't know why I am feeling, or I don't know if you are feeling, but I am feeling a lot of separation from all of you. 14 days. Thank you for coming. So enlightening to see all devotees. Without seeing devotees, life is hell. It really is. Right? So already this material world is hell. And when you don't see devotees, it becomes hell cube or hell square. Right?
Hell cube is better.
And when there is satsang and still you don't go to the satsang, that hell becomes hell cube. Right? Anyway, we all have chosen to be in this hell, and we are suffering in this hell. So congratulations for achieving the suffering. Right? At least let's realize that we don't want to suffer anymore. I was hearing a discourse saying, there is so funny in a way, we of course didn't use the word funny, but I found it funny, that everybody is suffering, everybody is really suffering, and they know that they are suffering, and they are crying that they are suffering, but they want to come back again and suffer. So funny, right? I don't know, what is the right word, funny or astonishing or weird or I don't know, foolish? Huh? Irony? Whatever it is. People just want to come back and suffer. I was speaking, today morning, I was speaking to one of the relatives. Someone died, so I had to go there. So he was telling that all along, whenever I met him, he used to say that, oh, this horrible job, they're making me work like anything, they really are squeezing me out, and, I really don't know why am I doing this, whatever. That's the software Gita. So everybody makes his own Gita there. So there is this whole thing that he expressed, and then I asked him, he was another 5 years he'll retire. So I asked him, so what is your plan after retirement? You know what he told? No, I'll not retire. Me and my friends are opening another company. And I was like, I could see so much enthusiasm in his eyes to suffer. Isn't it? He's again going to suffer. Huh? You bought a house, you are paying home loan, you are cursing ICICI, you are cursing HDFC. fellows are squeezing the interest. I don't know when I will come out of it. I don't know how I will come out of it. I don't know if that day will come. This house will be mine. Finally I finish the home loan. And you finish the home loan, and what is the next thing you do? Buy another house. Buy another house. You got 2 children, na? One fellow is anyway useless fellow. For that I bought one house. Another fellow is also
Useless.
We are giving birth to useless children. So we have to give them asset to them, right? Without asset, how will they survive? Right? Anyway, this is Maya. This is Maya. Right? Where we are seeing everything in front of us. But our decisions are not changing. Maratla. We want to just continue in the same way. Even satsang also, we know that what is important, what is not important. But it's very difficult to make the decision to change. Right? If someone pushes, Prabhu, Mataji, come on. Then what is the result of that? 3 weeks absence. Khatam. Because how can you tell me I've done so much service? Prabhu, you don't remember? In 2023 I made that garlic. You had tears in your eyes with that garlic. I had tears in my eyes. I've done so much. You don't remember? The kirtan that I sang, the donation that I gave, you took. Because of me, the satsang continued that month. You don't remember? How can you give me a suggestion? Huh? So nothing is gone. All anarthas sitting there only. Right? So Krishna makes a cover on that anarthas. He makes a cover on that anarthas. So we don't see that anarthas. Suddenly we feel very blissful, we feel that we have come to Sattva-guna. Right? Oh, onion garlic. Tea, coffee. I don't know what is this? Non-vegetarian. Yo. No, Prabhu, what is this? And the first thing we tell others, Prabhu, are you going to satsang? I stopped onion garlic. That's not what I asked. Are you going to satsang? I stopped tea and coffee. So we are so proud to tell that you stopped something. But all Krishna has to do is little wind will come, that cover will go up like this and fall. And within that fraction, tea, coffee, non-veg, onion, garlic, any, my God, no attraction is now. It is just a covering. Right? So Krishna is covering anarthas. Don't think that, oh Prabhu, 20 years Prabhu, 30 years Prabhu, in Krishna consciousness 6 years Prabhu, 10 years Prabhu, nothing Prabhu, nothing Mataji. Cover akkada unnadi. He kept that cover. That's all he did. And you are feeling like that. Why is he doing that? Because he wants to encourage us. Then when we start getting that pride, Krishna will say, that cover will go up like this. That you will see a come on, I know. Right? Immediately you know. When was the last time you watched a movie on Netflix? That cover went up like this. That's all. Where is that taste of Krishna consciousness? Where is that Durlabha Manush Janma? Where is that time that is the real essence? We should not waste our time. Goal of life is very important. All that goes away the moment the cover goes up like this. On top of that, devotees also praise, na? That is another cover on that cover. Right? Prabhuji, amazing. Prabhuji, you are chanting, amazing. You are 60 rounds, 108 rounds, Prabhuji. Your service, Prabhuji. You are this, Prabhuji. You are that, Prabhuji. You are done, Prabhuji. You know, Prabhuji. I know, Prabhuji. All that, I think I have really become advanced now. Right? Another cover on that cover. And when Krishna wants to humble us, like this, That's what happened to Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma felt he's done the best work of creating the universe for Vasudeva. And he did it. And he was running it perfectly. And then he felt, I am the person who has all the power and everybody comes to me only. Where does Hiranyakashipu go? Brahma only. Where does Ravana go? Brahma only. Right? Not only Asuras. whenever anybody has any trouble, all the devatas, Mukoti devatas, go to Brahma. And Brahma came from the navel of Garbhodaksha Vishnu, but he forgot. That is Maya. Right? The achievements, what we do, what we achieve, it's like a real force that makes us forget from where we are getting it. We forgot. And what is the result of that? He tested that very Supreme Personality of Godhead who gave birth to him. He tested that very Supreme Personality of Godhead whom he called. He went to Haridass Sagar and he asked Haridass Vishnu, can you please come and save this universe which is filled with Kshatriyas for following Adharma? Here is Gaumata, she is suffering. Can you please appear? He said, I will appear. Swayam Bhagavan I am coming as Krishna. He called. And Krishna is coming and doing his pastimes in Vrindavan. He killed Aghasura. And what did Brahma do? How can a small boy king kill Aghasura? I am the most powerful person here. I don't know who is this boy. The power of Maya is so strong that we can easily forget who has brought us here also. We can easily forget what devotees are, what satsang is. That forgetfulness is there. Of course, Krishna uses that forgetfulness to humble us. So Krishna wanted to humble Brahma. Can anybody think of humbling Brahma? Do you even know who is Brahma? He is not our neighbor in our apartment. He is not any political leader or somebody who is influential in today's world. He is not somebody who issues new tariff rates every day. And he thinks he is powerful. He, Brahma, sits in the topmost planet and there is no other devata who has the kind of power and ability that Brahma has. There is no one to challenge him, Prabhujis and Matajis. Nobody can challenge him of his position. The highest astra is Brahmastra, which will finish the entire universe when it's released. And Swayam Krishna had to come and stop the Brahmastra. Hey, what are you doing? You shouldn't be using this astra for these reasons. And that Brahma was humbled. That is Krishna. Right? That Brahma was humbled in the Brahma Vimohan Leela. We are all from Brahma Madhva, Goddess Sampradaya. Brahmaji is our Acharya. And with his own example is saying that if Krishna wants to humble, he is going to humble anybody. Nobody is spared. Nobody is spared in this whole universe. And Krishna humbles in such a sweet way that the sweetness becomes even more torture. How did he humble? After 1 year, he is holding the same, curd rice in his hand, and he is not even looking at Brahma. Brahma has come with his 4 heads. Hey, look at me. I have come back. I have come back to see what you have done, and you already are playing with the same calves, same cows. I am not getting into that Leela. It's a big Leela. But everything seems to be the same, but you are just going around searching for your calves and cows as if nothing happened. And then all these calves and cows, and these gopas, they're all around Krishna, and Krishna is just searching, he's not even looking at Brahma. The problem is, when somebody comes in front of you, doesn't even look at you, it's more torturing, right? Did it happen to anybody? Happened, huh? Before or after marriage? You come back from office, and person doesn't even look at you. Raju bro, पूरा नहीं था? ना तो 4 साल as you don't exist only. Right? Very torture, sir. What is this? At least look at me. At least shout at me. I am here. Brahma was like, he's not even looking at me. Like this is working. Brahma is right there. Brahma, not an ordinary person. Brahma is standing there. Naina, Nenu. And then Brahma said, I know I did a mistake. I can understand that Who are you? And then suddenly he gets all the associates that he has created, all the calves and all the gopas, they all get 4 hands. And Brahma is like, what is this? I know that you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but I thought you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I thought you are the only Supreme Personality of Godhead. But there are so many Supreme Personality of Godhead. So there are so many Supreme Personality of Godhead. So who are you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Who are this? Who are that? All the 4 heads fell on the ground and he became blank. You know what does it mean to be blank? Has anybody gone blank anytime? Huh? Complete blank. Means there is no thought only. You don't know who you are when you are blank. Zero. And Brahma just sits down and is wondering, what did I do? Oh Krishna, how did I forget who you are? How did I forget? How did I forget that you are my basis? And I tested you. And all these Narayanas, all these multiple universes, all these expansions are clearly infinitesimal part of you. And I have tested you. What did I do? And then when Brahma opened his eyes more and he looked around, he saw Goloka Vrindavan. In the Brahma Vrindavan, he saw Chintamani trees. He saw gopis, gopas, all the gems, jewels, Yamuna, everything going around, and he was amazed at Krishna. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadi Adi Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. He sang Brahma Samhita. You are the basis of everything. Oh Krishna, I did an offense. So I went to Antardeep. Brahma became very bewildered. He went to a place called Antardeep. Antardeep is one of the 9 islands in Navadvip. He went, sat down there. He was humbled. It can't be more humbling than this. He could not even offer his apologies. His apology was not even accepted by Krishna. Indra did an offense, but his apology was accepted. He went and asked, I did a mistake. Krishna said, okay, you are famous for doing mistakes. No problem. But Brahma's apology was not even accepted. You know how painful it is when your apology is not accepted? It's very painful. You know, the opposite party doesn't say, okay. Then you start torturing that person. Sorry, that also is a torture. You want your sorry to be accepted. And Brahma, right? Brahma, his sorry was not accepted. And who did not accept? Krishna. There is nobody else other than Krishna in this universe. Krishna is everything. Omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. And that person, if he is not accepting your apology, then you can literally see that everything that he is seeing and feeling is not accepting him. The material nature is not accepting him. The devatas are not accepting him. The every basis. See, if in your home, if your mother is unhappy, everybody else is unhappy with you. Your mother is unhappy, everybody. So do you feel that home as home? You really question, where should I go now? Right? House means mother, father, parents. And here mother and father, Radha Krishna. Krishna is not accepted his apology. Completely became bewildered. So he went to Antardeep and he was sitting there and weeping. It was a deep meditation of Vasudeva. Please forgive me. Why I did this, I don't know. Please forgive me. And at that time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. Krishna came in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gauranga, to Antardeep. And I told Brahmaji, don't worry. Your new incarnation is going to be the most humble incarnation. And you are in the right consciousness to take that incarnation. You will be Haridass Thakur. Brahma was, thank you. So what am I supposed to do? Hey Brahma, your humility is going to be your jewel. And with that humility, when you are going to chant the holy names, my names, Those names will establish Yuga Dharma for the upcoming Yuga. You are going to be the Namacharya of the upcoming Yuga. Nobody can chant Hare Krishna mantra unless they are humble. Trinadapi Sunichena, Taropi Saishtuna, Amananiya Manadena, Irtanaya Sadahari. Means what? Chanting always. Chanting pure name. How is that possible? Most people complain, people are not able to chant. Because we don't have the qualification to chant. And what is the qualification to chant? Humility. If we don't have humility, we can't chant. Like Haridass Thakur, we can't chant. We were chanting 192 rounds, 300,000 names every single day. And the remaining time, what was he doing? He was dancing and again chanting. Right? But is that possible? Can we do that? We can't do that. But we should beg that we should do that. And anybody, according to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, who hears the glories of Haridass Thakur with even little attention and devotion and faith and prayer, will chant pure name once in his life. Will chant pure name. At least once in his life he will chant. We all have this opportunity. Last week I was not here. It was the disappearance day of Srila Haridass Thakur. So, I thought we should discuss about Srila Haridass Thakur. Because he is our Namacharya. Glories of a Vaishnava, unfortunately, are not known when he appears. Because very less number of people know who he is. Right? But when the Vaishnava leaves, then you know his glories. The world realized the glories of Haridass Thakur while he was there, but after he left, they understood how glorious is Haridass Thakur. Can someone help? Can you help? This probably humbles me every week. But still my pride is not gone. Radha Krishna. Radha Krishna. Huh? You made the garland. So the glories of Haridass Thakur were raised on all our behalf. Thank you. Father, you can put it in.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
आपके अनुमति से मैं
हाँ
सेवा
जरूर हम चला जाएगा सामने से
आप जा रहे हैं? हरे कृष्ण. I didn't know whether I should share this or not, because it can be seen as something glorious on my side, which is not. So I'm putting the disclaimer in front only. Today when I went to Abbott's temple in the morning, so I was a little tense how to give Bhagavatam class in front of Mother Mohan. Because, you choke up, because that is the place where Prabhupada gave Bhagavatam class. That is the deities installed to Srila Prabhupada. It's an important place. And Krishna somehow reciprocates. So I went there and went in front of God. Everybody were doing the Guru Puja. It was getting over. I said, let me prepare. Dandavat Pranam. I went in front of Sri Radha Madan Mohan. I stood there and I was just praying to them, please put some words so I can say something. And then I looked at, the lotus feet of Mother Mohan, beautiful white lotus feet like this. And there is one tulsi leaf that's kept, and there are two other flowers which are down. Right? I just looked at that and I prayed that if I can get that flower, then I can give the class. Some thought came. Don't repeat this. Some thought came. If I get that flower, I'll give the class. So nobody was there on the altar. Already Aarti got over, everybody left. So I looked at Mother Mohan's lotus feet. When I was looking at the flower, then I looked at Mother Mohan, closed my eyes. I said, okay, let me take darshan of Jagannath Balra in this Subhadra and then go to the class. So I just prayed and I was about to turn, suddenly one pujari came from the left side. He entered the altar. He directly went to Mother Mohan, took that flower, came, put it in my hands and went away. I didn't want to share it in public, but you are not public, you are my inspiring association. So I still have that flower. I'm going to save that flower. It's really fragrant flower. But why am I saying this? Prabhuji and Mataji, there is no qualification we have, but he empowers us. There is no qualification. We don't have anything to say that we've done something, but he sees when a soul wants to come to him, especially Srimati Radharani is standing beside. I'm sure when I was asking, Krishna would have told, no, he died, he Mohan. Srimati Radharani would have done like this. Here they don't have. So Krishna would have said, recommendation has come. So useless fellow also has to get something. So suddenly the Paramatma inside the Pujari, told, one useless fellow has come, go and give that flower to them. I was amazed. When he came and gave the flower in my hand, I asked him, Prabhu, name Chabda Ankutuna. He didn't say anything, kept like this. No. He left. Like he did a work. Like a task, just came, kept the flower and went off. Like, my God, Krishna, what is this? So, Prabhuji, why am I saying this to all of you is, we should sometimes have that personal conversation with the deities. Because deity is not different from Krishna. He is Krishna, Baba. Right now, Radha Shamsundar are here. Today we will be doing Pushpabhishek. Right? Please express your problems, your prayers, whatever it is. They will answer, they will reciprocate. If they reciprocate to me, definitely everybody else will reciprocate. The least qualified fellow got some mercy. Really, it was so humbling. But while I sat there, it gave me so much reassurance that you are there. That you are there. Krishna is there. We will all see Krishna. We will. Of this there is no doubt. Yeah, a doubt keeps coming and going. Unnada, leda, hai, nahi hai, dekhunga. है ना? हरे कृष्ण, आपका आशीर्वाद है. He's a Vaishnava. वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो. It is. Anyway, so what was I saying? I forgot. So here is the glories of Vaishnava, mostly known after he leaves. And here is Haridass Thakur, a Param Vaishnava, Swayam Brahma, who has appeared to give the holy names. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is a Yuga Avatar. He has come to give the holy names. But he sent his devotees even before he came. to give the holy names. 35 years before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, he sent Haridass Thakur. From Antardvip, please go ahead and appear here and start distributing the holy names to the world. And so did even Advaita Acharya appear. Both of them, almost at the same age. They appeared even before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. And both of them invited Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to come. With their prayers, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. Right? So, Srila Haridass Thakur is the reason, and Advaita Acharya is the reason why Krishna again appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Of course, he appeared because he wanted to taste the sweetness of Srimati Radharani's love for him. There are internal reasons, there are external reasons, there are many reasons. But for us, Prabhuji Mataji, the Yuga Dharma Sthapaka, has invited Namacharya Srila Haridass Thakur to start the movement, even before he came. So Srila Haridass Thakur, he appeared in the mood of Prahlad Maharaj. They say that Haridass Thakur is Brahma, but also in the mood of Prahlad Maharaj. Because why is Brahma? Why Krishna chose Brahma to place the role of Haridass Thakur? Yes, Brahma Vimon Leela, but there is another reason. Is that Brahma is a custodian of all four Vedas. People who do lot of Jnana Yoga practice, for them Brahma is ultimate. Yes? And they have a lot of pride that they have understood God through Jnana. Through a lot of knowledge they have understood Brahma, they have that pride. Lot of people, Jnanis especially, when they see devotees chanting the holy name, they think we are sentimental people. They think that, these people don't know what is God, who is God, they just like that, sentimentally they are chanting and dancing, like that. So who is the person who can answer them that even though you are the greatest Jnani, still chanting of holy names is the highest? Only Brahma could do that. And that is the reason Krishna chose Brahma. But please come. Because if you are the person who establishes the Harinam, that means the essence of all knowledge of all the four Vedas is to chant the holy names of Krishna. Right? And Brahma was given that assignment. Most intelligent person. When we see new verses in a book or in a scripture, we think, oh my God, I have to learn these verses. Can you imagine Brahma? There is no verse that he doesn't know. What kind of personality is this? Jnanis are proud of their Jnana, and Brahma is a custodian of that Jnana. Hiranyakashipu stole the four Vedas from Brahma only, right? Kept in his stomach. Narsimhadev came, opened, removed the intestines in which the Vedas were kept. And he gave it back. So many times, Vedas are stolen, and because he is a custodian and he is so knowledgeable. He is the Jnani is the most important person. The Jnanis is the most important person. But that important person appears as Srila Haridass Thakur to simply establish and tell that chant the holy names, and that is the essence of all the Vedas. Essence of all the Vedas. Prabhuji and Mataji never think that what we are chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, is some kind of sentimental one mantra we are chanting because we told that we will chant, because somebody told that he chants, because everybody is chanting, I am chanting, because 16-year-old minimum I should chant. Okay, I have chanted, I have done. No, this is not just a mantra. It is the essence of entire Vedas. It is the only thing that will deliver us. There is no other activity that can deliver us. Chanting is the process. Harinama, 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 Kevalam. He told 3 times, we should tell 10 times. Nasteva, 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 Nasteva. What is the meaning of Nasteva? No other way, no other way, no other way. We are thinking there is some other way. That is the problem. Clearly it is being told there is no other way. But we are thinking there is some other way. There is no other way. Let us be clear about it. Srila Haridass Thakur is establishing and telling with his own personal example, as said by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that there is no other way. There is no other way. We have to chant. But in order to chant, we have to develop humility. Then we can chant. So, until I develop humility, I will not chant. No. To develop humility, we have to chant. And when we chant, we will become humble. And when we become humble, we chant. And when we chant, we will become and when we become humble, and then we this is what we are supposed to do until we die. Until we leave this body, this is the cycle in which we are. Right? Keep chanting until you become humble. And you know that you have not become humble. So chant. And then try to become humble. And then you know that you are not humble. Right? Then chant. Right? And if you don't know that whether you are humble or not, get married. You will know. Every day, morning report will come. That you are humble or not. Right? And you will be made humble. Anyway, I'm not saying, I'm not saying it as theory, I'm telling you by experience. Right? Yeah, it works. Sansaram. Sansaram ante ఏడుపే తెలుగులో అంటారు. సంసారం అంటే ఏడుపే. How to tell that in English? Huh? I don't know how to tell that in English. Subara bro, any? He is a translator of such things. Sansaram, like married life. Lack of words. In English, mein punch nahi. Married life means crying. లేదు కదా? He is going to get married in some time. So, anyway, so married life means crying. Really? Can everyone repeat after? Married life means? No, tell first. Married life means? Crying. Edwin. Why is it crying? Why is it crying? Because Prabhu, you are trying to enjoy the married life. That is the problem. You want to enjoy the married life. Right? Someone told, happy marriage day, happy anniversary. Recently, my anniversary was celebrated here, me and my wife. And then my, another relative called me. He said, how many? 23 years of marriage. So he asked me, how many years? I told 23 years. He said, you are really a warrior. I felt very nice, good compliment. Thank you. Continuing. Yeah, it is. Because, why? Because it really crushes your ego. That you are the center. Right? Because why do people marry? To enjoy, right? Huh? Where is Lakshmi bro? Pre-wedding video, wedding video, post-wedding video, certificate, photo, printer. People want to be happy, right? Right? You know what is Maya? After hearing this lecture, you will still go and meet him and tell, can you please take my marriage? And I want to feel happy. But you will cry. You will cry. Marriage means to cry. Divorce photo shoot. Pre-divorce, huh? Post-divorce. Anyway, people are going mad. So, they are happy. Provision message is, as long as we want to enjoy this material world, we will cry. The day you will declare that your only happiness is by serving Krishna, you will become happy. Jayatma Super. Ahoitati Aparnita. Uninterrupted, unmotivated service to Krishna. When we do, we will become happy. Until you try to find any happiness Don't blame your partner. You are the one who is torturing, that you don't see. Because you are demanding that happiness which only Krishna can give. That is a problem. How can Anu give the quantity of Vibhu? How is it possible? Every morning, someone comes to your bed and says, Appa, how beautiful person I married, and how beautiful you are. Please get up in the morning. How beautiful eyes, your lotus face, this, that, how beautiful. You think that exists? Can it happen? Even though you put makeup and sleep in the night, will your partner come and tell, how beautiful your feet, your lotus feet, let me massage, and please get up, please get up, it's morning now, I'm waiting for you since morning, you are the only reason for my happiness, please get up. Do you think it exists? Come on, tell me, did it ever happen here to anybody? What happened? There, it's a bunch of सीखो तेलुगु सीखो ये तेलंगाना है हिंदी में मजा नहीं है बोलने में उठ सो रहा है रात से काम कौन करेगा नालायक so this is the reality because you want to enjoy this material. You married that somebody will come and do that, but after marriage somebody is doing something else and you cry. Once His Grace Narari Prabhu, he was sharing with me that he went to Gaurang Prabhu and he was asking that, Prabhu, should I choose Brahmacharya ashram or Grihastha ashram? Please suggest me. I am really confused. Which ashram should I choose? Gaurang Prabhu told, what is there to choose here? Simple. No, Prabhu, big difference, na? Here Brahmacharya ashram, Grihastha ashram, there you get married, here you don't get married. Prabhu, what is there to choose? You only have to choose in which ashram you want to suffer. That's all. The suffering is in those places. Right? In Brahmacharya ashram, your mind will trouble you. In Grihastha ashram, I didn't tell that. I'm not telling that. So, it is going to happen. Right? So, there is the question of decision making. Right? Is there any decision making? There is no decision making. Which is pure and nice and nectarian? Dry stool or fresh stool? One Prabhupada asked, what is nice? Dry stool or fresh stool?
Stool is stool.
Huh?
Stool is stool.
There are some people who choose there also. No, dry is better. वो smell नहीं आता है ना? Stool is stool. This whole material world is something that Krishna rejects. Among the 6 opulences, one of the opulences is renunciation. Renunciation towards what? Anything relating to this material world is completely renounced. Just like people go to stool and they just get up and go. They don't reverse and take darshan, right, of what they've done. Just flush it and get lost. That is how this material world is for Krishna. And anything that we offer from this material world is like stool offering to God. But if it is given with love, with bhakti, it has some worth. Any donation you give, Prabhu, 1 crore I give, bhakti is there. If it is not there, it is stool. We have accumulated the stool, we have given the stool. Anything. Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Yome. Without bhakti, nothing can be. So here is Haridass Thakur, who has appeared to give that aspect of bhakti through chanting the holy names. Chanting of holy name is not a ritual. And he showed with his own example. And Krishna wanted somebody elder than him to appear even in age, so that he can name him as Namacharya. Right? He wanted somebody elder than him to come forward. And where did he choose him from? Now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears in Antardvip to Brahma and he says, you are a very respectable person in a very respectable position with a lot of power and opulence, you have everything. But the next incarnation that you are going to take, you will take birth in the family of Malechas. You know, the kind of people who won't hesitate to eat anything, who will not have any morals, who will not have any reservations to do anything for their enjoyment. You will take birth in such kind of family. You will be as good as untouchable. But I am going to make you the Namacharya. Now Acharyas explain, why did Haridass Thakur take birth in a Muslim family? Who are actually untouchable because they do certain activities which are not agreed in the Vedas. Right? Especially killing cow, eating cow. Prabhuji, you all come inside, you are standing near the door, sitting near the door. There is a lot of space here. Can everybody come a little forward? Please come, na? Murali Prabhu, please come. Please come inside. Yeah. Thank you. अंदर आइए थोड़ा अंदर. So here it is explained that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is conveying that if I can make a person who has taken birth in a Muslim family as Namacharya, then what are you all Hindus doing? Right? Why are you not chanting the names of God? Even though somebody is taking birth in such a family where chanting of holy names is not even authorized, and still I am giving him the position of Namacharya. He is conveying a message. We all should chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and we should encourage our family members and everybody else to chant Hare Krishna Mantra. Today I went to this house and an old lady, she looked at me and said, Hare Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. I told her, at least chant the full mantra properly. Mutta mantra. She looked at me. She said, Sauta. I'll read. No, I'll make you read. No, I'll read later. So hesitant. I was telling her, chant. Chalo, repeat after me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we are fortunate that he is allowing us to chant. Don't think you are chanting. He is allowing us to chant. Because I could see that when he doesn't allow, you can't even chant. That lady was not able to chant. She is not ready to chant. And she can't chant. And even though I'm requesting, she's like, I'll chant later. Means Krishna is not giving that mercy. And if we are chanting right now, then we're very fortunate. Should not forget this. Don't take this for granted. When I'm chanting, okay, it is chanting. Today after that I went to Sakya Prem Prabhu's house. Sakya Prem Prabhu and Vagisha Mataji are the ones who gave the center to us. I went to their house. His father is on the last days on the deathbed. His father. He used to come here many times. He used to sit here and hear classes. I have seen him. He's completely emaciated. Like he's literally opening his mouth, breathing his last breaths. I wanted to take the darshan of this Vaishnava. So I went there. Krishna's grace. I sat there for some time, did some kirtan, Bhajaure Mana, and then told him, thank you for doing this service. Doctors told it's over. You can take me back. You just have to wait and let the Vaishnava go. But Prabhuji, it is such a fortune that devotees are coming and seeing, and devotees are coming and chanting. Right? And he also is repeating the names of Krishna. Right? He is that condition also. When I went and asked him, Prabhu, should I sing Kirtan? He opened his eyes. Barely. You can't imagine the position in which he is. You can't imagine the position in which he is. We can't even imagine. You can't breathe. He has lung cancer, rib cancer, 2 cancers at a time. He's just in the last stage. And still, he was enjoying Kirtan. I could see he was enjoying Kirtan. And then I was singing Bhajavre Mana. That stanza comes, Chapala. What is it? Chapala Sukala Balagiri. Jivana Talamala. Kamala Talajala. Jivana Talamala. Chapala Sukala Balagiri. That's perfectly the situation in which he was. Death is right there, any moment. And I humbly request everybody here. He has read Bhagavatam, he has chanted all his life. He's a wonderful devotee. Let's pray for him by chanting Hare Krishna mantra intensely 3 times. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, it's a fortune. It's a fortune that we are going to see the most difficult time of our life surrounded by devotees. There are millionaires and billionaires, influential people who die in fear, passing stool in their beds, not knowing where they are going to go and what is going to happen after death. And we are all so fortunate. We exactly know where we are going to go and what will happen after death. Prabhupada was saying, Krishna is waiting for us. Krishna is waiting for us. And everybody who has chanted Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and who has done even a little service for Krishna, there is nothing in the world that will stop Krishna from remembering that. And he will reciprocate. Prabhujis and Matajis, all we have to do, continue what you are doing. Don't do anything. Don't do anything that will take you away from this. Seriously. When I was looking at that, Prabhuji in that stage, how fortunate he is. His son is a devotee, his daughter-in-law is a devotee, his daughter is a devotee. All devotees are coming and they are chanting, singing. Right? And do you know that this is going to happen with all of you?
Yes.
You know? Prabhuji, pray for that. It's going to come, huh? When I am going to go, please come, huh? Otherwise, I'll come like Atma and take care of her. Pretatma, I'll come and take care of that. Please. Dial level something. Point is, we need it. What other situation are we investing here? Devotees will guide us where to go at the time of death by chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. The last breath, the last sound, it is explained, even science has agreed. The last organ that goes down is your ears. Hearing ability. The last thing. Your sight will go. I have seen my father. He could not even see in the last 1 week. I was putting my hand like this. There's no, eyes are open, no reaction. That's what will happen with us also. Right? You can't see. You can't feel. You don't know. But you can feel. And in that fear, when a devotee is coming and chanting at your ear, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, we will go. Right? Krishna says, Antakale tumame, Smaranhatta kalena. Hear me at the time of death. Remember me at the time of death. You will come to me. But he also knows that we may or we may not be able to. So he sends his devotees. Remind. He is coming. And he tells in Varaha Purana that even if they forget, I will take care. And who made him say that? Goda Devi. Swayam Lakshmi Devi, she requested when he lifted, Bhudevi, Bhumata, on the hand Varaha was holding like this. At that time, she looked at him. Oh, how nicely you came to save me. This Hiranyaksha put me inside the ocean and you came to save me. How nicely you are Bhakta Vatsala. And then she told, I am so grateful to you, Swami, you came and saved me. Oh, anything for you. No, I want one benediction. What benediction? She told, you have put a condition for taking all my children back to Godhead, that they should remember your name. But sometimes they may be able to remember, sometimes they may not be able to remember. Can you remove that condition from your constitution? Because you told that in Bhagavad Gita. And Haridass said, no, how can I remove? I already told Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita cannot be altered. They have to remember me, then only I'll take. Then mother's heart, na? She told Swami, if you want, you can change. Do something with that condition. And then Varadev told, okay, I am just altering the condition a little. That even if my devotee doesn't remember my name at the time of death, I will remember when and all he remembered, he chanted my name. And I will pull him out of this material. So we should be very grateful to Srimati Radharani. Right? She is enabling every obstacle for us to go back and back to God. Every obstacle. Just removing. Because she knows her children. Her children. We are all her children only, na? Who is her mother? Srimati Radharani, she is standing there. Her father is standing there. And she knows what my child can do, what my child may not be able to do, what my child will struggle to do. Prabhuji, take shelter of Srimati Radharani. I was one day chanting in ISKCON Chowpatty temple. I was sitting there, I went there and I was chanting, and suddenly one personality came and sat beside me. I looked at him, it was Anand Vrindavan. Unbelievable personality. He was chanting, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I became very attentive in my chanting. Who is sitting on my heart? For me, he is right now Namacharya. Really propagating the chanting of obedience. Sitting beside and chanting. Then after the whole round, I wanted to ask him something. So he was chanting. And I waited for him to finish. Then after finishing, he was looking at Radha Gopinath. Then I didn't want to disturb him. I still remember it very nicely. And then he looked at me. Okay, Prabhuji, I came from Hyderabad. Yes, Prabhu, what can I do for you? I said, Prabhuji, I want to chant like you. I want to get the same mode in which you are chanting. Prabhu's great humility. He looked into my eyes. He opened his chanting bag, pulled the zip. He took a picture of lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. He gave it to me and said, keep this with you whenever you are chanting. Only she will save you. I still have the picture in my chanting bag. But he just gave the jackpot to me. And is giving that to everybody who go to his classes. Take shelter of Srimati Radharani. Because she is the one who will finally stamp the visa and pass it on, so that we can enter back the spiritual world. And we have some wonderful devotees in our satsang who are nicely following, Anand Vrindavan Prabhu and his guidance, Prasad Prabhu, Santosh Aitya Prabhu and his good mother, Padmavati Mataji, and many other devotees. I'm sorry if I'm missing out. He is making them ready for that final moment. Poonam. Yours? Huh? They chanted 192 rounds on Haridass Thakur disappearance. 192 rounds. So, Prabhuji and Mataji, let us beg Krishna that we are surrounded by devotees like Prasad Prabhu and Santosh Aitya Prabhu. So we get that kind of mercy through them, right? Some encouragement through them. Do you want to associate or no? Then come close to them, no? Come this way. Why distance? Sagla roll. You should sit so close to Vaishnava that there should be some connection. Physical also. Right? If you are thinking, no, I'll sit separately, then go to separate planet. Simple as that. Krishna is thinking, I have said that my dear Vaishnava in front of you, you are maintaining distance. So let me also give some distance. Right? Venus. What other planets we have?
Pluto is there.
Huh? Saturn planet. Raja planet. Some other. Your name planet also will come. He'll give. Oh, because you don't want to be close to. Are you touching the next Vaishnava beside you or no? Right now. holding their hand or no? Huh? Yes, it's very important, bro. You have to convey that. Huh? No, bro, I don't know anybody here. I came here. You came here, right? Touch a Vaishnava. Ambrish Maharaj is told that touching devotees is also one of the process of devotional service. Embracing devotees. Right? Embracing. Tightly. Whenever you see a Vaishnava, tightly embrace. Press L4, L5, L3. That is how all those problems will go. You know why people are getting all those L2, L3, L4? They are not embracing nicely. And Sanatana Dharma, all structure was corrected just by embracing. Right? So, be fortunate, Prabhu, that we are living in a society where we can go and embrace a Vaishnava. People are so hesitant to embrace these days. You see that? They're becoming so far from each other. Some devotees, they don't know how to embrace also. You go and embrace them, stand like this. Have you seen that devotee? Ongura! Other devotees, embracing. Come for. As if you're embracing a pole. From current to pole, you're embracing it. Please bend when somebody comes to embrace you. Make your body in a structure that embrace can happen properly. This also training has to be given in Kali-yuga. Right? But it is very important. Very important. My Siksha Guru used to embrace me like anything. His grace is Srila Prabhu. The only way he understood this fellow can understand something about Krishna is tightly embracing. So he used to keep this hand locked. That is how he put me into casing. I am sitting here today, remembering that embrace. Srinivasacharya Prabhu ki Jai. Yes. Remember all the devotees who embraced you. That embrace is the embrace of Krishna. Remember that. Krishna is embracing you through the devotee. So anyway, so here is Haridass Thakur. The biggest problem with Haridass Thakur is he not, you are embracing him. Okay, continue. So, biggest problem with Haridass Thakur was not only for Muslims but also for Hindus. Right? It is explained Haridass Thakur was such a beautiful person. He had the same beautiful features of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He had lotus eyes. He had Ajanubha, like big hands all the way coming to his knees. Beautiful complexion. He was very beautiful person. And Brahman, like the effulgence, the Brahmanical effulgence is coming out of him. And Muslims are thinking, I don't think this can happen in our community. Right? Not applicable person. And Brahmins are thinking, how come this effulgence, this Brahmanical effulgence is coming from a Muslim person? Right? This is something that is seen in Vaishnavas. It is something that is seen in, great acharyas. How come this person who is born in a Muslim family is walking, is talking, is chanting, is appearing like an extraordinary Shakti-Avesh avatar? Very beautiful. They didn't understand what's going on. And Haridass Thakur, very humble in his dealings. He would sit down and chant. It is not explained how he started. Childhood pastimes of Haridass Thakur are not known. At least I have not heard so far. But we know that his appearance itself was to become a Namacharya. So from his childhood he was chanting. Chanting. All the time he is completely blissful and happily chanting. Happily experiencing the presence of Supreme Personality of Godhead whenever he chanted. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. So they were bewildered. What is going on? And one person went and told one Mughal emperor there, Ramchandra Khan. He told, this Haridass Thakur is going to become a big problem for us. Because he's a Muslim and he's chanting Hari's names. He's chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We should stop this. And Ramchandra Khan said, okay, so how do you think we should stop this? Do whatever it takes to stop this. So then he went and requested a prostitute. What is her name? Lakshahira. A very beautiful lady, very famous in that area. Somebody who would just attract anybody, anywhere. You can't get affected by looking at her. She was so beautiful. And she was also very intelligent. And when Ramchandra Khan said, I am going to give you the wealth that you've never seen and will never have, just go and make that person fall in his spiritual life. Just go and do that. And she came to Haridass Thakur. And Haridass Thakur is chanting his rounds. And he's so happily chanting his rounds. He's completely satisfied with chanting his rounds. Humbly, Trinadapi Sunichena, Tarudapi Sreshchana, Amananiya Manadena, Kirtana, with all those qualities he's chanting those rounds. And this prostitute comes and sits beside him. And she's looking at him, giving the glimpses, giving the bodily language that nobody can escape. Nobody can escape. Huh? And Haridass Thakur is just chanting. And he looked at her. And out of his respect, he asked, Devi, what can I do for you? You come here. And she looked at him. And she said, I want to associate with you. I want to associate with you. And it's not an ordinary thing. And Haridass Thakur just looked at it and said, whatever you desire will be given, but let me first finish my rounds. Right? He was so fixed in his chanting. It's not like it was a tactic on his side. He actually felt that I should finish my rounds. He started continuing to chant his rounds. If somebody comes to us and tells, Prabhu, I tell you something. Waiting for this. First thing we keep us at Vedasana. Huh? He said, Prabhuji, you know, the temple president, huh? Bite away, three matradam. Keep the chanting balance. Even more punching topic, right? Some scam, something, some temple, this, that. Oh, enjoyment like it. Right? This enjoyment is nothing in front of the enjoyment that she wanted to give to Haridass Thakur. Nothing. And Haridass Thakur is just sitting there and saying, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. He's conveying to us. He's conveying to us what we are supposed to do when some devotee comes to discuss things with us. Right? Ekadashi day you are chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Khichdi yeshinda, lekapothe sabdana yeshinda, lekapothe fruits unnaya, lekapothe idu unnaya. Right? So many diversions, right? Yeah, why the diversions are coming? Because no Trinadapi Sunichena, no Tarudapi Sreshchana, no Amananiya Manadena, obviously no Kirtana. But those qualities are not there. That is the only reason. Don't have to do a research. Prabhu, how should I chant? Concentration not as close. You have to work on those, right? How can you get humility? How can you get humility? When you are humiliated. When you are humiliated, you will get humility. How many want to be humiliated? Lift your hand. Radha Krishna are watching. Tomorrow morning, band bajaye. Think about it. Humiliated. Then you will know how humble you are. Taking it. Anyway, he is not going to humiliate us. We already humiliated us ourselves by taking birth here. Already over. So anyway, so here is the prostitute asking him that I want to associate with you. And here is Haridass Thakur completely unaffected in chanting the name, saying, my quota of rounds is not over yet. I chant 108. I don't think he told how many rounds he chants to her. But he said, I finished my rounds. And that poor lady thought, anybody from Gachibowli will finish in 1 hour. Right? His personality is not finishing only. You think, Hare, he is not finishing. He is not finishing. Some people come and tell me, Prabhu, new record, Prabhu. He is 16 rounds in 1 hour, Prabhu. Get the chant now. Glory, Naina. People have target that, is there? Finished it in 5 minutes, 1 round. This round in 4 minutes. Inna? Have you heard the names? Huh? Alex. Vishwesh. God gave you 24 hours. Only 16 names you know, mantra. Vanna Sakayara. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Chant like this. No, I want to finish my rounds. Mirror, I'm new record. I don't know, I've seen devotees doing that. Some devotees will keep stopwatch. Even I used to do that. My wife used to tell me, you stopwatch? Stop that stopwatch. Then you will stop the cycle of birth and death. No, I want to measure how I am chanting. You have to measure how you are chanting just by chanting properly. Right? Oh no, at least this much, at least that much. So brothers and Matajis, don't try to chant fast. Chant in a way that you can hear all the names. Allocate right time for the chanting. Don't try to finish chanting. Chant when you chant. Right? Chant when you chant. I'm telling this to myself also. It's difficult. But you have to do that activity very sincerely. Because that is the only basis for us to go back to Krishna. There is no other way. 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 Sapani, there is no other way. 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 He told only 3 times. Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva. And Gachibowli we have to 10 times. Because we all want to find some other way. This doesn't exist. Agree? So anyway, so here is Haridass Thakur chanting his rounds and looking at his attention in the holy names and the beautiful lotus face, lotus eyes of Haridass Thakur and the beautiful form of Haridass Thakur, the way he was sitting and chanting. Prostitute developed Bhakti Lata beach inside her. Right? The seed of devotion was sown into her heart. She got up. She said, I'm not going to disturb him now, I'll come back tomorrow. She wanted to give one more try. Next day she came. Even more beautifully dressed. Little later, maybe, because at this time he chants. But she didn't know that all time he chants. So she came. Like, again, yes, what can I do for you? I want to associate with you, I'm waiting. And he says, what? Please excuse me, I have to finish my quota of rounds. After that, I will give you what you want. He is assured, after that, I will. He didn't say no. He said, after chanting, I will. He continued to chant. And the prostitute is waiting. When will this happen? But while she is waiting, something miraculous happened. She also started chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. And when she started chanting, she started experiencing the taste of Krishna. Why? Because that chanting was given to her by Namacharya Haridass Thakur. Pure devotee is giving her direct deliverance. He initiated her without her awareness. That's the beauty of devotee, right? That just by hearing him chant, others will get attracted. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told the definition of who is a Vaishnava. In that he explains, the one who chants is a Vaishnava. Next he says, the one who chants all the time is a Vaishnava. Then he says, by hearing him chant when others feel like chanting, he is a Vaishnava. So here is Haridass Thakur, he is chanting, and this prostitute came with the ill intention to completely ruin Haridass Thakur, started chanting, and after some time when Haridass Thakur opened his eyes, she was chanting. And Haridass Thakur was chanting 300,000 names a day, 3 lakh names a day, and she was chanting 3 lakh names a day. Right? And at one point Haridass Thakur looked at her and said, you are fortunate to get mercy of Krishna and you are chanting in front of Tulsi Maharani. My suggestion to you is continue like this and chant in front of Tulsi Maharani. And he left. Haridass Thakur did not come back to see how she is doing, what she became. That's an Acharya, right? Acharya means with his Acharan he teaches. He just got up and left. And Ramchandra Khan came, looked at that prostitute. I am sure he ran away because he might have thought, if I sit here, something miraculous is going to happen, which I don't want. He could not even say anything. He just looked at her. And looking at her, many people came to see her. And she became so famous. Because she was chanting pure name, which was given by Krishna, which was given by an Acharya. Prabhujis and Matajis, we all chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. But when we take shelter of a Guru, and when the Guru gives the same mantra, it changes. That is the reason initiation is very important in spiritual life. And initiation means to surrender. And to tell that I am yours. My mind, body, soul is yours, Gurudev. I have no other agenda in my life than to serve you and serve your mission and vision. Then, with that intention, when you surrender, whether you physically get initiated or not, that's another thing. But when you make the decision that this personality is connecting me to Krishna and I want to serve him and I want to get the name from him, you are initiated. And your chanting will change. When we surrender, our chanting changes. Without surrender, no matter how many years you chant, nothing will come. And after getting initiated, if you still don't have surrender, that initiation also is of no use. Don't think, oh, I got initiated, now everything will be taken care of. No. Initiation means to begin. Right? We have to begin with sincerity. We have to take responsibility. We have to take risks. We have to give our best for our gurus. Then only things will happen. Don't think, oh, I got a name now. Nice name. Huh? People will call me Prabhu, Mataji. Right? But Mataji got a name. Shuddha Bhakti Mataji. Beautiful name, right? Shuddha Bhakti Mataji. She lives in New Jersey, from right? No, not New Jersey. Baltimore? No, not Baltimore. Somewhere. I know her. So, Connecticut. Yes, in Connecticut she lives. So she organizes satsangs. She brings devotees together. She does so much service. And Maharaj named her, her spiritual master. Your name is Shuddha Bhakti Devidas. Hare Krishna. What a beautiful name. But after getting that name, if you are not serving, then what is that Shuddha Bhakti? There is no Bhakti, there is no Shuddha. So it's very important, Prabhuji and Mataji, that spiritual life is not a ritualistic place. You are in it, you are completely in it. You are not in it, you are not in it. As simple as it. Make a decision. What do you want to do? Being around devotees is not association. I am sitting beside a devotee. Prabhu, every satsang I am coming. That is not association. Prabhu, my attendance is regular. That is not association. I am coming before the class, leaving after the class. That is not association. Association means you are coming and making progress. That is association. If you are not making progress, that is not your association. Get up and go. Find some other place. But you have to make progress. Making progress means what? Lilananda Pisunichena, Tarora Pisayishuna, Amananiyamana Jena, Kirtana. These qualities are developing or no? Or I am becoming more proud? I am becoming more arrogant? I think I am becoming very senior. Radhesham Prabhu says, we see in years. They are seniors. Right? How many years have you seen? Doesn't make you a senior. What is the use if you don't have any genuine humility, not faking? See, people think humble means being like this. If you see a snake inside that snake hole, it will also until you keep a hand. It is not about externally showing humility or speaking very softly. Prabhuji, Adandavat Pram Prabhuji, Prasadam Nintu Prabhuji. It is not humility. What is humility? It is always Radharama Swami Maharaj once told. Humility means to stop sense gratification. Khatam. What is humility? Stop sense gratification. That is humility. Sense gratification is what? Using my senses for my enjoyment. Not, what is it? Not using my senses for Krishna's enjoyment. If somebody is trying to do sense gratification, he is not humble. There is no definition needed beyond that. Rishikena, Rishikesha, Sevana, Bhakti. We have to use our senses to serve the master of the senses. Rishikesha. That is humility. Humility is not an external thing. Humility is a very deep internal surrender and commitment. That I am going to stop this business or trying to enjoy this material world. I am going to use my tan, man, dhan. For a grahastha, the greatest attachment is money. More than his wife, it is money. He will give his wife also, but he will not give money. Yes. Balgam Prabhu many times discussed with me. When we have the conversation, he says, biggest attachment for a grahastha is money. Because he thinks the money is protecting him. Money is more important. But when you get rid of that attachment, saying that money is given by Krishna for your service, my life is for you, then Bhakti will start. Everybody has attachments, bro. It is not easy. Why do we assemble every week? Is to remind us where the problem is. This is not Bhakti center, it is diagnostic center. You come here, somebody will take your blood and he will tell you what is your disease. Right? All tests are done here without any charges. At the end, medicine is also given. What is that medicine? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I thought you would tell Prasadam. This is the Prasad. This is the Prasad, Hare Krishna. So here is Haridass Thakur. And he simply delivered the prostitute. And wherever Haridass Thakur would go, he went to Advaita Acharya's house. And Advaita Acharya would call all the Brahmins in their place and give the highest seat to Haridass Thakur and tell Haridass Thakurji, please tell everybody the glories of holy names. And Haridass Thakur would be so humble. Why are you making me sit at a place where in the assembly of Brahmanas, the most eloquent, the most advanced Brahmana should be speaking? Advaita Acharya, why are you making me sit here? And Advaita Acharya would say, there is nobody more advanced than you. Because you know the real purpose of chanting. You know, you are tasting Krishna in your chanting. Please give that to others. And then he would speak. Haridass Thakur would tell. On the order of Advaita Acharya, he would give a seminar on chanting Hare Krishna. How many here want to attend the seminar given by Haridass Thakur? Hare Krishna. Just imagine Namacharya is sitting and giving a seminar. Everybody are amazed. And he's quoting, one after the other, he's quoting from all Shastras. And Brahmanas are wondering, this person from Muslim family, how does he know the Shastras? How can he quote? Once he was giving the seminar at Majumdar family's house. I forgot the exact full name of the devotee. He was giving that seminar. Govardhan Majumdar and another Majumdar. Yeah. So he was giving this seminar. And one Brahmana got up and he was like, you cannot speak from Shastra. You are quoting, but you're not quoting accurately, and if you are quoting accurately, I better lose my nose. Right? Nose is a symbol of pride. He said, you will lose your nose if you are quoting from Shastra because you don't know Shastra, and I will lose my nose, if you are actually quoting something came out of pride and he told. He literally abused, Haridass Thakur on the altar. Haridass Thakur did not tell anything. He just chanted and he told and he left. And the very next day, the Brahmana got leprosy, and within 1 month his nose went away. He lost his nose. That is Haridass Thakur. Right? And once there was one Sapera, one person who makes the snakes dance. So in their culture there is a festival. On that particular festival day, he would invite Vasuki, the king of all snakes, into him. By chanting mantra, Vasuki would come into him and he would chant and dance. And all the snakes will look at Vasuki inside him and they will also dance. Some kind of ritualistic festival, and he is very good at doing that. And he was doing that, and he invoked Vasuki that year also, and at that time Haridass Thakur walked into the arena. As soon as Haridass Thakur walked into the arena, this snake person, he invited Vasuki, but Vasuki did not come. Ananta Sesh came. Ananta Sesh came into him. And as soon as Ananta Sesh came in, because who is Ananta Sesh? Swayam Balaram. Looking at Haridass Thakur, Swayam Balaram came, and looking at Balaram, who is appearing through that Sapera, the person, the snake man, Haridass Thakur fainted out of ecstasy. And actually, what this person would do, he would invoke Vasuki into him, and then he would chant the Leela of Kaliya. Kaliya Leela he would sing. And there is snake inside me, so all the snakes will remember Krishna Leela, all they will dance. So he invoked Ananta Sesh and he started chanting Kaliya Leela, hearing the pastimes of Krishna. Haridass Thakur fainted. And as soon as he fainted, immediately the snake man, he started dancing and glorifying Haridass Thakur. But who was actually glorifying? Not him. Ananta Sesh was glorifying through him. Right? And when Ananta Sesh is speaking the glories, how long can he speak? Unlimitedly. How many mouths he has? Unlimited. And he started telling, and immediately some other Brahmanas, they came and told, one other Brahmana came, he looked at, okay, so you will praise if he speaks Krishna Leela, I will also speak. So he also came there and he started, telling some Kaliya Leela or something like that. And this snake man did not even look at him. And that time he asked, he is a Muslim. You are praising him. I am a Brahmin. I am also chanting Krishna's names, Krishna's Leela. Why are you not praising me? And then Ananta Sesh spoke through that Sapera and he told the glories of Haridass Thakur. Who do you think is Haridass Thakur? He is Namacharya Haridass Thakur. Ananta Sesh is telling. Right? Through him. Who do you think is Haridass Thakur? He is the pure devotee to whom even Ganga wants to come and touch his feet. Even Mother Ganga wants to come and touch the feet of this pure devotee. He is Haridass Thakur. Who is Haridass Thakur? 3.3 crore devatas surrender and work for him. He is Haridass Thakur. What do you know about this personality? Like that, Ananta Sesh started telling one by one glories. And they all were shocked. What is going on here? Who is this personality? Like that. So Haridass Thakur was becoming very famous. And everybody were getting affected by his, by his chanting, by his presence. So one of the biggest threat was to the Muslim community. Because they felt many Muslims have started chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And they were getting, they were changing their appearance, all their activities. Then one of the Qazi, who is the kind of teacher, he became bewildered. He said, no, this person has to be stopped. So he went to Nawab Hussain Shah, one the king over there, and he said, do whatever it takes but stop this person. He is our person, he is a Muslim, but he is chanting Krishna's names in such a way that our people are getting diverted. And to make matters worse, even one Brahmin went and complained to Nawab Hussain Shah saying, your person is chanting our God's name, so better stop him. Right? Another Brahmin came and told, he is chanting during Chaturmas when Vishnu is sleeping. And this time he sleeps, if Vishnu gets up, what will happen? Stop that person. What kind of complaint? Huh? And another, Brahmin, Bengali Brahmin, he went and told, if I go to market tomorrow, I will not get rice. Bengali is very attached to rice. I will not get rice. Who is responsible? Stop him from chanting. All kinds of complaints are coming. Now Hussain Shah said, let me speak to this person, who he is. Let me talk to him. So he summoned Haridass Thakur. Haridass Thakur came. And now Hussain Shah asked, my dear sir, you are from Muslim community. So why don't you chant the names of Allah? Why are you chanting this Krishna's names? These all people are getting disturbed. Then Haridass Thakur said, we all come from the same Supreme Lord. Now, Hussain Shah, we all come from the same Supreme Lord. And we all have a tendency to pray Him. You are calling Him Allah, I am calling Him Krishna. What is the problem? Now Hussain Shah, for one moment, he got convinced. What is the problem? But the Qazi was there, hey, what are you? I came to complain. You are supposed to do action. Don't listen to his words. He has a big agenda. It's okay if he is chanting, but the problem is his chanting is so nice that everybody is chanting. Somehow stop this person. Then actually, now Hussain Shah, a little bit regretfully, he said, I think we will do something about it. We have to stop. We have to stop him from chanting. So he said, you have a choice. You have a choice whether if you chant Krishna's names, then we only have one option. We will have to beat you till death. We will have to whip you till death. Whenever you stop chanting, we will stop. But there are 22 marketplaces. That is the standard punishment when anybody tries to do this with their caste. We give it, and you better understand. And Haridass Thakur said, how can you ask me not to chant Krishna's names? Krishna is my life and soul. I cannot stop from chanting. There is no way I can stop chanting. You do whatever you want to do. I cannot stop chanting. How can I not? How can I not chant Krishna's name? How can I think of a day that I will not chant his names? I cannot stop. Then he ordered. He called those punishers and he said, beat him till he dies. And they started whipping him like, really, holding the thing. And it is explained that maximum number of marketplaces people surveyed are two. Two marketplaces people surveyed. Like marketplace means they are going to the Chaurasta. You know that, right? We call it crossroads. They take him to the main crossroads of their village and they keep hitting him with those whips. Part, they'll hit him and many people die. There is no question of surviving that. And one marketplace, two marketplace, three marketplace. And what was he doing when he was being whipped? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare. He was just chanting. And forget about chanting, he was smiling. He had a smile on his face. while he was chanting. And this was making him feel, what is this? What is this person made of? And those Brahmins also who complained against him were looking at him. He is not an ordinary person who is just sitting there and chanting even when he is being beaten like that. And at that point, some of the Brahmanas, they went to their homes and got some money. Right? Generally, Brahmanas means only Lena. Only Lena bank, no Dena bank. They'll only take money, they'll never give money. So here are Brahmanas, they went to their houses, they brought money. And they gave it to the punishers and said, don't punish this person. If you want money, you take from us. And they said, forget about money. If we don't punish this fellow, our Nawab will kill us. We will die. Please tell him to, please tell him to stop chanting. And the news went to Nawab Hussain Shah that he is not stopping to chant, even after so many marketplaces. Nawab Hussain Shah came, that Qazi came, few others came and they told, Haridass Thakur, you are going to be killed now. You are going to be killed now. Just a matter of time. Stop chanting. All you have to do is stop chanting and we'll stop. And Haridass Thakur says, beautiful word. He says, Khanda khanda hoye de jaye jadi prana tabu ami vadanena chadi harinam. What is the meaning of this? He said, even if my body is cut into pieces and my life air leaves the body, even then I shall not give up the chanting of Harinam, the holy names of God. He says that even if my body is cut into pieces, each piece will chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Jiva Goswami and Sanatana Goswami wrote Sandarbhas, wrote commentaries on this Leela. And Jiva Goswami says, anybody who hears this Leela with attention, hears this Leela with faith of Haridass Thakur being beaten by these punishers mercilessly, and they understand how Haridass Thakur was blissful even when this punishment was being given. If you hear with that faith, then you will never experience physical pain in your life. Any physical pain. Jiva Goswami is telling that. Remember this, when you are going through some lot of physical pain, remember how Haridass Thakur was absorbing this pain and he was continuing to chant. It is told, Hare Krishna. So, the punishers were bewildered. What to do now? We don't know, nothing is happening. We are getting tired. He is just being whipped. 21, 20, 22 marketplace over. And they started crying. And Haridass Thakur, Paradukha Dukhi, Vaishnav, he looked at them. Why are you crying? Because we are going to die now. Nawab Hussain Shah is going to kill us now. We couldn't finish our job. And immediately Haridass Thakur said, oh, you will be killed? Don't worry. What do you want? You want me to die? Yes, okay, I'll die. He just closed his eyes and went into Samadhi. He just went into Samadhi. And it was as good as he died. And some were crying there. Oh, this great Vaishnava has left his body. And, they tried to move him. There is no sound. So the news went to Nawab Hussain Shah that he has died. And immediately Nawab Hussain Shah said, okay, so whatever is the next procedure, go ahead, bury him. Immediately Qazi said, hey, what is it? How can you bury him? If you bury that fellow, he'll go to Jannat. No, I don't want him to go to Jannat. You are chanting Krishna's names. No way you should bury him. Then what should we do? Throw him in Ganga. Immediately Brahmana said, hey, what is this? Throwing in Ganga? Ganga is ours. You can't throw him in Ganga. All this was happening in front of Haridass Thakur's dead body. Whose dead body? Brahma's dead body. The great personality Brahma, whose body is worshipped by all the devatas, is sleeping there. Beautiful, effulgent body is there, and people are discussing how to dispose of this body in the most insulting way. Because Brahmins don't want him to be worshipped as a Brahmin, Muslims don't want him to accept him as a Muslim for the burial. And Haridass Thakur is just lying there, and at that time, Ananta Sesh, Vishwambar, sorry, not Ananta Sesh, Vishwambar, who is who? Nityananda Prabhu. He entered his body and he stayed inside. And it became so heavy. The one who is so heavy, holding the entire Vishwa, is inside him. They decided that they will throw him somewhere, do him something, but now they can't do anything. They can't even move his body. Forget about lifting the body. It became so heavy. And Lord Vishwambar is sitting there and saying, this is my devotee's body. You can't insult like this. And then they didn't know what to do. They left the body there. At the bank of Ganga, they left the body there and they went. Immediately, Lord Vishwambar looked at Haridass Thakur, and there he saw Mother Ganga is coming and trying to touch him at the shore. The waves of Ganga are coming and trying to touch him. And then he understood that Mother Ganga wants to get purified by taking the association of Haridass Thakur. At that time, his body was moved into the water, into Ganges. And he was floating in that particular, in that Ganges. And Ganga was loving to have the association of the body of Haridass Thakur, who chanted Hare Krishna mantra, who chanted God's name all his life in such a pure name. Prabhuji and Matajis, even Ganga becomes purified by taking the association of devotees who chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. That is the glory of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And this was told by Swayam Srila Prabhupada when he went to Kumbh Mela. Somebody got Ganga's water. He said, you want to wash your feet? And Prabhupada closed his eyes, accepting it on behalf of the Parampara. I said, you can. And then Prabhupada told, when Ganga gets purified, Ganga gets contaminated by the sins of everybody who go and bath in her, but Swayam Ganga waits for the feet of Vaishnavas to purify herself. Right? And that is Haridass Thakur. And Haridass Thakur, after some time, comes out of his meditation by the glory of Krishna. He left his body, but Krishna did not want him to go because he is still there to establish Yuga Dharma. Then Haridass Thakur, please get up. So he got up. And the news went around about Haridass Thakur, and everybody were astonished. Even after beating in so many marketplaces, even after so much happened, nothing happened to him. He just got back, and what was he doing? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And then he became even more famous chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. Whatever they were doing, it was going reverse. And here is Haridass Thakur is chanting, and Brahmanas are even then complaining. Right? And why? How can he chant? He is a Muslim. How can he be declared like that? Saga continues. And once, there was a Brahmanas organized a meeting to question Haridass Thakur on why is he chanting Hare Krishna mantra loudly. You are not supposed to chant loudly. You can chant inside your, you don't have to chant loudly like that. Then Haridass Thakur replied to those Brahmanas by chanting a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. 10th canto, 34th chapter, 17th verse. This is a verse where Nanda Maharaj was saved by Lord Krishna. When Nanda Maharaj was taken by that snake, at that time Krishna came and stamped that snake, and Nanda Maharaj was saved. At that time he was chanting Krishna's names loudly. And then he told why he was chanting loudly. So he says, "O infallible one, I was immediately freed from the Brahmana's punishment simply by seeing you. Anyone, can you all repeat? Anyone who chants your name, purifies all who hear his chanting, as well as himself." Right? So beautiful verse 10:34-17. Yan nama grahanan akhilan shrotin atmanam evacha sadhya punati kim bhuyas tasya Prata Padahite. Sorry, I'm not well versed with chanting this verse. But Acharya explained, there are many commentaries written by Jiva Goswami and Sanatan Goswami on this one verse of Bhagavatam. He said this verse is very applicable for Kali Yuga because Haridass Thakur explained the glories of chanting by this verse. And he said one Nam, Yan Nama is one name. Even by chanting one name, Ajamil could deliver himself. So even one name is so powerful of God. And Jiva Goswami further says, Grahanan, it will be accepted even if it is not chanted fully. That is the greatest of God's names. That if you do some activity fully, you get the result. But here, even if you don't do the activity fully, you have done a little, you will get the full result. And he says, Akhilan. Akhilan means all living entities are delivered. Not only the person who is chanting, but also the person who is hearing. So that is why we should chant loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And he says Sadhyam, immediately. It's not like, okay, you heard it today, tomorrow will be delivered. Prabhuji and Mataji, everybody who is hearing the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra will be delivered. And Acharyas go one more level. Because the Brahmanas asked Haridass Thakur they questioned about the glories of holy names Haridass Thakur, just by questioning they got delivered. Because they questioned. Right? So if somebody comes and asks, why are you chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he'll get equal benefit of you chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Can you imagine? Too much, right? At least. So there are many glories of Haridass Thakur. Today we have Pushpabhishekam also. I don't want to delay further. I'll try to go a little fast from here. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in Jagannath Puri. Everybody comes to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri. They come from all places when Rath Yatra happens. Haridass Thakur also came. Haridass Thakur is so humble. Once Advaita Acharya in his house were serving lunch prasad for Haridass, for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityanand Prabhu. And Haridass Thakur sat very far away. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, please, Haridass Thakur, please come and sit with me. Let's have lunch. He said, no. He said, no, I don't qualify to come and sit with you. I am born in an untouchable family. I have no love for Krishna. I can't come and sit and eat with you. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so much affected by his humility. He doesn't know what to do. How to glorify this personality. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when Haridass Thakur came to Jagannath Puri, he knew that he will not go to the temple. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you come. I know you will not go and see Jagannath because you will say that you are fallen, you will not go, you have task, this, that you will tell. But don't worry. If you stand here and see the Sudarshan, it is equal to taking Jagannath Darshan. This is the sentence spoken by God himself, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, he gave us place, he allocated a place, a small garden, little away from the temple. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bought the brush with Jagannath every day morning brush. He bought that brush and planted the brush there and it became a tree, Bakul. And he said, this is the place, Haridass Thakur, where you can sit and chant the holy names. And you can take darshan of Sudarshan from there. Actually now a lot of buildings have come, so you can't see. But in those days, from Siddha Bakul, you can see the Sudarshan Chakra right on the temple. And Haridass Thakur would sit there and chant. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you sit here and chant. Every day I will go to the temple, take darshan of Jagannath and get Jagannath Prasad for you. And Acharya explained, everybody are going to see Jagannath, but Jagannath is coming to see Haridass Thakur in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? He himself is coming every day and is giving Jagannath Prasad. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu take the opportunity of calling all the knowledgeable people. They would bring them to Siddha Bakul. Sit here. Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami visited Jagannath Puri. And first thing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did is, you come and take association of Haridass Thakur. And he told Haridass Thakur, you don't have to go back to Navadvip. You just stay here. That is my request. Prabhuji and Mataji, Haridass Thakur never visited Vrindavan. Because Vrindavan visited him in Siddha Bakul. He was carrying Vrindavan in his heart. There are many devotees in Chaitanya Leela, they never went to Vrindavan. Like Swarup Damodar Goswami, he never went. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's presence, they experienced Vrindavan in wherever they were, in Jagannath Puri also. It is not different. So, Haridass Thakur is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, 192 rounds every single day, sitting in Siddhabakur. And His Grace Anand Vrindavan Prabhu takes the whole group who chants throughout the year to Siddhabakur, and sitting there they chant 192 rounds every year once. He conducts that. And it is like 4 or 5 days of continuous 64 rounds.
5 days.
5 days, 64 rounds every day. And then one day, 192 rounds. And Prabhu, it's not just like a ritual they do. They know the importance of the place. And there is a seminar, you can hear those lectures, recordings are there. Devotees speaking about it. And I'd like to end today's class with one verse of Haridass Thakur. Yeah, not this one. Please repeat after me. Is it visible? Yeah, it is Antalila 11:41. Repeat after me. Amahina yadi eka kita mari gela. Eka pipilika maile prithvira kahan hani kaila. What is the meaning of this verse? Repeat after me. My Lord, if an insignificant insect like me dies, what is the loss? If an ant dies, where is the loss to the material world? See the heart of Haridass Thakur. So Haridass Thakur is chanting in Siddhabakur and has become very old. Every day he is chanting 192 rounds. And one day the servant of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Govinda, he comes and sees Haridass Thakur. He brings Jagannath Prasad. And Haridass Thakur is really looking unwell. And he comes to tell Haridass Thakur, please, what is this? You are not looking unwell. Did you have prasad or no? Haridass Thakur says, I am chanting, I have not finished my rounds. Unless I finish my rounds, I don't take anything. Then Govinda, out of his mercy, is, here is Jagannath Prasad. Now, Jagannath Prasad, you cannot stop for waiting for anything. You have to have it. So Haridass Thakur, he keeps the chanting back down, he takes a little Jagannath Prasad. Because he has to honor Jagannath Prasad. He takes that and says, thank you. Now I got Jagannath Prasad, I finished my rounds. Govinda goes and tells this to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that Haridass Thakur is not looking good. The next day, Swayam Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he comes. And he comes and he brings all the senior devotees along with him. Sarvata, Goswami, all, Sarva Bhattacharya, everybody in Jagannath Puri, they all come there. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asks, Haridass, what is going on? Why are you are looking very unwell? He said, Mahaprabhu, physically I am okay, mentally I am sick. What do you mean mentally you are sick? He says, Mahaprabhu, I am not able to chant my rounds properly. I am not able to finish my rounds. My mind is troubling me. I am mentally completely sick. But actually he was telling the opposite. He was physically very down, but mentally he was still with Krishna. But with his humility he was saying that mentally I am not well. And Prabhupada comments on this. Please everybody here is attentive. Prabhupada comments on this and he says, please chant your 16 rounds attentively every day and don't miss your rounds. One disciple of Prabhupada, he chanted 14 rounds and 2 more rounds were left. And he got into services. And he was doing all the services throughout the day. Night came. He is still doing services and actually forgot. And Prabhupada at the end of the day saw this disciple and Prabhupada knew Krishna is directing him. He looked at him and said, Prabhu, have you chanted your rounds? He immediately remembered. He said, oh Prabhupada, 2 rounds were there. And Prabhupada made a statement. He said, if you don't chant your rounds, nobody will know your whereabouts. What did he tell? If you don't chant your rounds, nobody will know your whereabouts. Who is that nobody? Krishna also will not know your whereabouts. We have to chant our 16 rounds. Whatever happens, our commitment we have to fulfill. Minimum. Prabhupada is very clear. He's saying, if you don't finish your rounds, then even the whereabouts, your whereabouts will not be known. If someone wants to help you also. So important. That is the reason many people, many devotees when they die, I have heard that from my own spiritual master, his own Radhanath Swami. When somebody goes, one senior devotee told me, and they tell that, Maharaj, your disciple has left his body. The first question Maharaj asks, has he finished his rounds? I heard that, I was amazed. And you know what he does? If he did not, he will finish his rounds. Guru will sit down and finish the rounds of the disciple. Because that is a commitment that was given, and the commitment is fulfilled. So is the case with all sannyasi Maharajas. Once Giriraj Maharaj was completely sick, he was in hospital for months, and obviously not in his senses, completely gone. And then when he recovered out of that grave disease and he came outside, the first thing that he asked his secretary, his servant there, how many days was I unconscious? Maharaj, almost 2+ months, exact number of days. He said, these many rounds. He calculated, so these many rounds I did not do. And every day after that, he added more number of rounds and made sure that he finished all his rounds. This is our great acharyas in our movement. His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. Even now, in that situation, where barely, he can say also, and so much health trouble is going on, he finishes his rounds. And His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj, even when he was in such a horrible situation, with health down, just one day before he left his body, they have a video they showed. He is not in his conscious also, and he is rotating his hands like this exactly at the Mangalarti time. Like this, he is rotating his hands. Like he is doing Aarti of Radha and Krishna. He is not forgetting his commitment. And he is also chanting his rounds. You can see their hands always like this. His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, affected by corona, barely able to breathe, finishing his rounds in America. Prabhus and Matajis, it is so important for us to do our rounds. Don't give excuses. Our acharyas are telling, they want to save us and they have given us the way to save us. We only have to follow it. Try to finish your rounds in Brahma Muhurta. Don't drag those rounds till evenings, nights. Exception is okay, but that should not become a template. Oh, after coming home I'll do. Oh, in the night I'll do. Oh, then I'll do. This I'll do. No! Get up in the morning and do your rounds. And the day you finish your rounds, you will really feel the difference. I don't know how many of you felt that. Today I had to go and give a Bhagavatam class. I had to get up 4:30. I finished my around 6:30. Chanted my Gayatri, whatever it is. And then I went and prayed. I could literally feel a blessing walking with me. Some kind of blessing of Acharyas is there. We have to do that. I know we are going through a lot of struggling life, but don't voluntarily create an excuse when you have a choice. And Haridass Thakur is showing with his own humility that even at that point, he is chanting his rounds and Mahaprabhu says, Haridass, you are Namacharya. You are so advanced. You don't have to finish your rounds. It's okay if you don't finish your rounds. You don't have to do those 192 rounds every single day. It's okay. I am telling you. I am only telling you. Just take it easy. Maintain your health. Do something about it. And there is a whole chapter for that. Actually, I never planned my time properly. I wanted to read the whole chapter along with all of it. The disappearance of Haridass. You can do that later. Antyalila, 11th chapter. You can read. 120 verses will be there. Beautiful. The whole pastime. So here is Haridass Thakur. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling that, and Haridass Thakur tells, Mahaprabhu, I have one desire. I have one desire. I said, what desire you have, Haridass? Tell me. He said, Mahaprabhu, I know, I got a sense, I got to know that you are finishing your pastimes in this world. I got to know. Soon you are going to leave this world, and I cannot live in this world without you. I came to this world and I waited for you, but I cannot live in this world without you. I have one desire. What is that desire? Mahaprabhu, I want to leave my body now. But I want you to keep your feet on my chest, and I want to look at your face, and I want to chant Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya and leave my body. I want to look at your face and do this. Mahaprabhu said, how can I do this, Haridass? How can I exist without you? Without you, how can I continue to be in this material world? No, I cannot do this. And Haridass says, no. What are you telling? You have so many other senior devotees with you. You have a whole entourage of all seniors, and they'll help you in your movement. Don't tell me this. I am nobody. And then he told this verse. What is the verse he told? Let's try to repeat the verse again. Amahina yadi eka kita mari gela eka pipilika maile prithvira kahan hari haila. My Lord, if an insignificant insect like me dies, what is the loss? If an ant dies, where is the loss to the material world? Right? This whole humility is telling us. I am nobody. If an ant dies, see, we are walking on the road, some ant died, did it make any difference to you? Haridass Thakur is telling, what difference will happen if I die? Don't tell me all this. You have a lot of senior devotees with you. You will continue your movement, don't worry. But I can't see you go. I can't be in this world when you are not there. And with deep love for Haridass Thakur, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted. And he said, Haridass, devotee's desire is more powerful and intense than God's desire also. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never desired him to leave. But because his devotee asked him that this is my desire, I fulfill your desire. And immediately Chaitanya Mahaprabhu kept his feet on the chest of Haridass Thakur, and Haridass Thakur looked at the lotus face, beautiful face of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and loudly he said, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. And he left his body. Same way, even Bhishma Dev left his body. Acharyas compare the departure of Haridass Thakur with Bhishma Dev. Both of them had the benediction or the power to leave their body on their terms. That I will leave at this time. Even Haridass Thakur experienced the same way. Both the devotees could not be in the world without Krishna. Bhishma Dev also, Haridass Thakur also. I want to go before you go. He left and Haridass Thakur also left. Bhishma also left like that. So they explain that they can be compared in the disappearance Leela. And Haridass Thakur, after he left his body, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lifted his body like the most sacred thing that he was holding. It was not a dead body, it was a pure Vaishnava's body, and he started dancing in the streets of Jagannath Puri. He was dancing near the ocean. He came to the ocean, he was bathing the ocean, with the body of Haridass Thakur. And even now you go, the Samadhi Mandir of Haridass Thakur is very close to the ocean. You can now go to Jagannath Puri and see the Samadhi Mandir. That's where his Samadhi was made by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went into the streets of Jagannath Puri and he was begging all the merchants, please give some grocery because we are going to celebrate the disappearance of Haridass Thakur. Can you believe it? God was begging. He was going to one store, say, can you give grain? Can you give some dal? Can you give vegetables? I want to celebrate Haridass Thakur's disappearance. Right? And in a grand way, they celebrated it as a big festival when Haridass Thakur left. When Haridass Thakur finished this job, of being a Namacharya for the service of Sri Krishna. And Prabhuji, I am going to end this with a benediction from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he said, anybody who participated in that festival of the disappearance day of Sri Haridass Thakur will come back to Krishna. Anybody. So it's such an important day, last Sunday. Okay? If all of you have celebrated that, you are pakka going there. There is no doubt. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ends the chapter, the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita, saying, anybody who hears this Leela, or speaks this Leela, or understands this Leela, with even a little tinge of faith, his bhakti will become fixed. Our bhakti will become fixed. Right? So, Prabhuji and Mataji's Vaishnava calendar is a calendar of celebrations. So, every morning, please see what is there in the Vaishnava calendar. And every single day of a spiritual life, there are so many reasons to celebrate. And when we celebrate these festivals and remember those Vaishnavas, on that day, we get special blessings. Right? So, here is Haridass Thakur's disappearance day. We just finished it last week. And we will be celebrating many, many more festivals. Next week, we have a guest speaker, Sanat Kumar Prabhu. His guest Sanat Kumar Prabhu is coming here. He will take the class next week. And the following week after that, I will not be here. We'll have, I'm going out on some work or vacation, you can say. So I'm not here. But the following week, His Grace Yugal Kishore Prabhu will come and give class. We are getting all lined up to enter the Kartika Mass. When Kartika Mass is coming, we all have to be mentally prepared. Right? Because we all want to sing the song of Kartika Mass. Right? Nama Vishwaram Sachi Ananda Rupam Rasat Kudalam Gokule Brajamanam. Stop. Right? Become desperate to sing that. Right? You will not get that now. You can sing it throughout the year. But now let us wait for that Kartika Mass. And we all need blessings of senior devotees. And now today is a nice festival. We are celebrating here. Satya Prabhu and his good wife Shirsha Mataji, they are celebrating the birthday of their daughter Snigdha. Snigdha here? Haribol, yes. So they are celebrating by doing Pushpa Abhishek. So humbly request Mataji and Prabhuji to make 2 lines. And one by one you can come and do Pushpa Abhishek. And while you are doing Pushpa Abhishek, nicely do Kirtan and remember Srila Haridass Thakur, who is a Namacharya, who has established this movement of chanting and always chant taking blessings of Srila Haridass Thakur. Srila Haridass Thakur ki Jai! Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare